Hey everyone, how are you all doing? It's Marine Force One here, and today I got a new top 5 video for you guys. Top 5 things that rovio should add to battlebay in order to improve the game. I really hope that you guys enjoy this one, and then again, this is my opinion. You don't necessarily have to agree with me. Um, and let me know what you think about all of these things that I'm about to say, because some of these things I came up with that for myself. Other things they were kind of inspired by the community, but overall these are kind of my thoughts. So let's express them. So right here we have Marcona's deck. I wish I knew you doing that by seeing a blue dot instead of green, just to make it easier to know if you fuse someone's battles. That is really creative. I like that idea from this person actually. I'm being honest here. Maybe that one will be put at 5. Maybe that. Um but I kind of want to say that I I think that that is a little too small to make some impact on the game. It really got to impact the game. So let's go. So let's get started. At number 5, we basically have the force language setting, or at least not setting, system. And I know what you are gonna say. You are gonna ask me, Marine, is this really necessary? Uh, I believe so, yes. Especially in the English chat channels. And I know what some of you guys are gonna say. Some of you guys are gonna disagree with me, or you're not gonna like it. Um, but I really think that this should be implanted, because if everyone is just gonna chat on their own language, the Americans will not understand us. And it gets worse than that. It's not to insult the American players, by the way, who are watching my channel. I'm just saying that you guys are mostly all stuck because you can only talk one specific language, and that is English. So when everyone is just gonna go on their own and I'm gonna talk Dutch, you are not gonna be able to understand that in a million years unless you learn the language, which is really hard. Like Dutch is one of the hardest languages in the world to learn. uh, yeah, so it's not gonna be easy. And yeah, this will be the ultimate solution. Because I mean, like I said before, I only have access to 2 languages, Dutch and English. And my English can be definitely better. I do agree with that. Yeah, but I don't feel like adding those commas and other things, right? I don't feel like doing that. We're not writing a book. Okay, if you want to hang out like the grammar dude, do that somewhere else. I swear I'm gonna smash my keyboard from my computer. Actually, I don't have a computer. I swear I'm gonna smash my PS3 controller up against your head. So that is basically the issue here. If everyone is just gonna talk on their own language, we are not gonna understand each other. Which is the reason why I mostly punish these type of people. When I see someone chatting in a different language, I will use my own language too. Well, and yeah, I hope that they learned a lesson. But I really wish that a system like this was implanted. And I want to know how you guys feel about this. Let's go on and head to number 4. And number 4 basically has to do kind of with the rank system. Yeah, I would love to see a rank system much like this. A person is AFK, you report that person, and that person cannot play a rank match for a day or something. And when they screw up a second rank match by rushing in, they will get banned for 2 days from playing rank. And when they do it a third time, they will get banned for a week from rank. And so on. And eventually, your account will even be deleted. And I know some people are going to hate me for saying this, but I see way too many players throwing. Like, God, do something about it. Do something about this. Fix the issue because it's really annoying. It's ruining the game. It's ruining the fun for everyone. Also, the toxic players should also kind of get banned from playing rank if they, are too toxic. And I mean, like, it's not about fair play or something like that. It's more about a better community because I see that this community is also pretty toxic. So now and then again, I can understand that if you play bad, yeah, sometimes it just happens, and this is why we need rovio to analyze our games. So now and then, when there is going to be a report, if that report is false, the opposite side gets banned from playing rank, and that is not just for one day; it's for an entire week for abusing report. So you really gotta look. Was this really my mistake? And is this report really gonna do the work? Is it really his fault? Did he do this on purpose? Something like that. It is not really that easy sometimes to see if a person is throwing, but if they are throwing, they don't do any damage, and they play very stupidly. So it's gonna be very obvious. But if they're fighting their best and they accidentally rush in, you shouldn't report that. That was just a positional mistake, and mistakes can happen in ranked matches. So yeah, well, that's kind of the system that I would like to see, but it's a little bit risky. But that's with everything the case. Elsewhere, you can basically throw all the strategies out of the window. Strategy is all about making the right decisions at the right moment, and every strategic decision that you make changes the field. So at number 3, we basically have a more supportive battlebay community. And what I mean by that is that we got customer support more often, and that more effort will be thrown into this game. And the goal of customer support is to actually stay within battlebase now and then, patrol kind of, and see some people who have unique ideas about the game. Also to check YouTube so now and then, and basically kind of to come up with some update ideas for rovio itself. And I know what some people are going to be saying. Wow, will this be the solution? I think it is, because a lot more interesting updates will come, and it's really strong actually, because the communication will be strong. Someone will report that then to rovio, and rovio can then bring changes to battlebay in the ship that actually the community itself wants. And not only that, the person coming up with those ideas will get credited by the harbor master down below, and everyone will see that. That's kind of the way that I would like this game to develop to, but I know that will never happen. But I mean, like, it's just some abstract thing, I mean, and I mean, like, yeah, you will be sort of local legend there, then, and maybe some other people's ideas too. Like, we will credit multiple names down below. So yeah, it's definitely the way that that this game will be more likely to be played, and it would even probably catch up to other games. So let's head on to number two. On number two, I think you guys pretty much would knew this one was coming. Bring the mark system back and bring back the crew members. And the point of this is to make a more balanced game and to kind of rebalance the game modes. Mark 1 ships will fight Mark 1 ships, and Mark 2 ships will fight Mark 2 ships, and so on. And the point of this is simple. We got right now a lot of low level players who are playing Fixer level 10 or so at freaking Ace 1. And that is a very big problem. Because these low health targets, they can get sniped. And not just that, it will be very bad. Which is why I want to change this. If we had a mark system like this, these people will wait really, really long for an ace match, but they will get it eventually, and it will still be balanced. Not freaking fighting Mark 4 ships, but fighting Mark 1 to 2 ships. And maybe that makes the battles a little bit unfair because Mark 2 got more guns and more armor, but at least you can then still play rank, and the matchmaking is more wide. So yeah, definitely. So that is my idea to kind of solve the rank problem that we have right now as well. I hope that you like that. And then we have number one, and let me talk about that. And number one, the number one thing that will change battlebay forever is if we add a lore and if we put in effort in order to get a new type of ship. And I'm not talking about adding a new ship. I'm talking about the crew members that we have in battlebay. Add a little bit of a backstory to these people. And you know what though? It will be really, really cool if every single one of the characters had some sort of backstory, you know, and things like that. I already saw one of the backstories about Bastion, but I find that one pretty lame. I think that we kind of would want a different story about him, a more creative story, you know, not just a weaponsmith thingy. Like, why do we need that? Right? Like, you don't need that. We can make it far better. And that's not the only part that I want to add. The other part about the game is that what if we make all those crew members in a real PvP match and they're basically programmed AI? What if we duel these type of crews with each other? Like, we got an allied group and we got an enemy group. And the point of the enemy group is to hold you back from unlocking a ship. And I know that not every single crew member will be able to be unlocked immediately or something like that, right? Like, we got Isaac, for instance, and Buzzkill. Like, we can't make both characters unlock Enforcer Mark II. We need to separate them, kind of. Right? So, yeah, that's kind of the idea here. So, in order to make it balanced, one of these two are gonna unlock a new ship, and one of the other are gonna be able to evolve one of your guns, or actually unlock all of your guns that they specialize in. So Isaac, if you completely defeat Isaac, in a team versus team duel. You defeat this team, and your team wins with the other programmed AI. You basically will unlock, well, Mark II grenade launcher. Let's say that, right? Things like that. That will be really cool. And if you defeat Buskill, you will unlock Enforcer Mark II or something like that. And the further you go, the harder it gets to unlock that new tier for weapon or other things. And I know what you guys are gonna say. You guys are gonna say, but why are you gonna implant a system like that? To make you feel like you put in effort into gaining that, right? It's gonna make the game harder for sure, but it will also make the game a lot better because you will actually feel like you have accomplished something. You completely evolved your ship into a freaking cruiser, you know, things like that. That will be really cool. That you actually put in effort. You know, it's kind of like in real life when you accomplished something. Something that used to be very terrible. Or something that you never really had, such as confidence or something like that. And you got that. And you're just very happy, you know? I mean, like, I had that situation too once. Like, I was jumping all over the place. I was so energetic then. But yeah. Yeah. I knew I was in my rights there. So, yeah. It's kind of the idea, guys. I really hope that you guys like it. And I'm gonna hit the pillow and sleep. And take care, everyone. Goodbye.